So my name is Sulaiman Addonia. My mother is Eritrean, my father is Ethiopian. But I grew up in different countries because when I was born there was a war between Eritrea and Ethiopia. I'm a novelist and that's my love. I have two novels published. The first one called The Consequences of Love. It was, I think, translated into more than 22 languages, including Dutch, French, Italian, and so on. And the second one, Silence is My Mother Tongue, and I wrote that in Brussels. I write in cafés like this one, Pitch Pin. It's one of my favorite cafes. I write in different cafes, but in the morning I always come here. I've written all my books in cafes. And so for a while, when the lockdown happened, I didn't do any writing. And then one day in the afternoon, I decided to go for a walk. And then I just stood in front of one of the flagell ponds. And I took out my phone with no idea what I was gonna do. And suddenly my imagination started like twirling and twirling. And then I wrote the first paragraph and I was like, oh, and then the second and then the third. And in 3 weeks, I finished what I thought was a novel. It's about a young woman who migrates from Eritrea to London. She takes with her the history of when Britain ruled Eritrea after they defeated Italy during the World War II. So Eritrea was colonized by Italy and actually a lot of people don't know this, but first apartheid system was introduced in Eritrea and not South Africa. It was introduced by the Italian. And so it's a love story about people who experience love in different ways to the kind of normal traditional way. The reason I say I wasn't planning it because I had already a different plan to write a third book, which was a kind of a fusion between memoir and non-fiction. And the root of that book, which is gonna be my fourth book now, is called. It was inspired by two poets, French poets, Verlaine and Rimbaud. And then I think Rimbaud wrote him a letter, and they met and they fell in love. And they came from Paris, they've left Paris, they took the train, they came to Brussels. And then from Brussels, they went to London. And then from London, they had like a very toxic relationship, the two, And so from London, they came back to Brussels. And as I followed them, I would also talk about my life and journey. So for me, it would be an experience to see how the other react to my presence, to my art, to my inspiration to actually confront this possibility that as a black person I could also be a flaneur. I could also journey freely, hopefully, and without trouble, and see whether art is also one of the possibilities that actually bring strangers together.